Have you ever wondered what makes the ground shake during an earthquake, or how giant mountains like the Andes even got there? Really, it's not magic. It's all thanks to something called plate tectonics. And today, we're going to break down this powerful force that shapes our entire planet. Let's start with the basics. Imagine the Earth's surface isn't one solid piece, but more like a cracked eggshell. These massive, broken pieces are called tectonic plates. They're not just floating around randomly. They're huge slabs of rock that include both the continents and the ocean floor, and they are constantly, slowly on the move. When I say slow, I mean really slow, about the same speed your fingernails grow, just a few centimeters per year. But over millions of years, this slow dance is powerful enough to move continents, create oceans, and build towering mountain ranges. So, what exactly are these plates moving on? Beneath the Earth's crust is a thick, hot, gooey layer called the mantle. Think of it like a giant pot of super thick honey slowly simmering. Heat rising from the Earth's core creates slow, circular movements in this mantle rock called convection currents. These currents are the engine driving everything. They drag the tectonic plates on the surface along for the ride, causing them to drift, collide, or pull apart from each other. The mantle is this hidden, powerful force that makes everything happen on the surface. Now, let's talk about the action-packed part, the plate boundaries. This is where all the drama happens. When two plates grind past each other, like at a transform boundary, the stress can build up for years, even centuries. When that stress is finally released, boom! You get an earthquake. Third, the sudden slip sends shockwaves or seismic waves through the ground, and that's the shaking we feel. Another type of boundary is a convergent boundary, where two plates collide, head-on, If an oceanic plate collides with a continental plate, the denser oceanic plate will dive underneath in a process called subduction. This process is a recipe for geological fireworks. It melts rock, creates magma that rises to the surface to form explosive volcanoes. It also crumples up the edge of the continent, pushing up massive mountain ranges. The Andes Mountains in South America. A perfect example of subduction in action. Then you have divergent boundaries, where two plates are pulling away from each other. As they separate, molten rock from the mantle rises up to fill the gap, creating new crust. This is happening right now down the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, at the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, literally making the ocean wider over time. Now, you might be thinking, what about places like Florida? Why are earthquakes so rare there? It's because Florida is located comfortably in the middle of the North American plate, far away from the active, chaotic edges where all the grinding and colliding happens. People in places like California or Japan live right on plate boundaries, which is why they experience earthquakes and volcanic activity much more frequently. So, how many of these plates are there? Geologists have identified about 16 major plates that cover the globe. Let's quickly meet some of the biggest players. First up is the massive Pacific Plate, the largest of them all. It's almost entirely oceanic and is surrounded by the Ring of Fire, a zone famous for its intense earthquake and volcanic activity. Then there's the North American Plate, which carries not just the US, Canada, and Mexico, but also a big chunk of the Atlantic Ocean. We have the South American Plate, which is colliding with the smaller Nazca Plate to its west, creating the Andes. The African Plate is interesting because it's slowly splitting apart in the east, which might one day create a new ocean. The gigantic Eurasian Plate covers most of Europe and Asia. Then there's the Indo-Australian Plate, which famously slammed into Eurasia to form the Himalayas. And let's not forget the Antarctic Plate, which covers the entire continent of Antarctica. Even smaller plates like the Cocos Plate and the Caribbean Plate have a huge impact. driving volcanic activity in Central America and causing earthquakes in the Caribbean. So, from the deepest parts of the mantle to the highest mountain peaks, everything is connected. The slow, relentless movement of these tectonic plates is the master architect of our world. It's a process that has been shaping our planet for billions of years and will continue to do so long into the future. V-ground. Beneath our feet is a dynamic, ever-changing stage for one of nature's most incredible shows. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the Earth. If you found this fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into how our world works. See you in the next video.